What's going on, everybody? I'm John at Pan Sports. Today I'm talking about prospect picking up some steam recently. I've had a few subscribers talk and ask about in the last week. I've seen him flash when I was scouting other players on Georgia, so I turned on the film and I'm glad I did. Travon Walker is one of the more versatile players I've scouted so far this year. Georgia lined him up all across the line, inside, outside. It didn't really matter, and he produced everywhere he went. Now, I will say before I get into my notes that me personally, I want Travon to bulk up and play on the interior defensive line. I have no doubt he can improve greatly on the outside and be successful, but there isn't many 3-techs, out there with his type of speed and power. I believe he could put on 15-20 pounds and he could be dominant on the inside. Now, he'll mostly be a defensive end or an outside linebacker, but for some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that I would just love him on the inside. Whoever drafts him, I want them to have a clear plan for Walker, give him goals. But it really does speak to Travon Walker's versatility that I think he could develop, in two complete, multiple different ways. But let's get into it. I normally start with a player's burst off the line, and Walker's first step is excellent for his size. He has plenty of explosiveness. Now, he needs to improve on the second and third step. I see it at times, but I just need to see it more consistently, carrying through that speed off the line. How can you fix that? I'm not sure. All I can think of is just perfecting your cadence with your strides. Maybe there's drills to help with leg speed in the NFL. I'm not privy to that, but better timing never hurts. Is this the end-all, be-all for Travon Walker making or breaking in the NFL? Absolutely not. Plenty of Hall of Famers that didn't have great second or third steps. To be fair, I did see plenty of pass rushing plays where he did show speed, power. That's big for me personally. Evaluating is a crapshoot, complete crapshoot. But for me, if I see the speed to power on tape, I just feel much better about the prospect. The thing I loved in Walker's game was his punch. This kid is powerful in the upper body. Well, powerful in his whole body, but his punch was vicious. It is very brutal. It's a stunner. Combine that with his great length, and he's really got some tools to work with. Listen, that helps to keep linemen out of your body. I liked his hand play as well in the run game. He showed pretty good technique. That will serve him well, in the NFL. It gives you an opportunity to play two gaps. Just sit back, read the play, keep your lineman at a distance. Now, with Walker, he was a little bit slow at times to react to a run play. So overall, he needs to get his processor to be a little bit quicker. Now, listen, that stuff obviously improves over time, but I saw it more than I liked. Not only would I like him to read run plays better, but make his block shedding attempts a little bit earlier as well. He's just a little too patient at times. But listen, I do see the high-end reps, so I know he's got the talent to do it. There's plenty of plays where he jumped the gap, just played it perfectly, made a big play. So I just feel like if he gets the right coaching, he can be a hell of a run defender, that's for sure. Right now, at the moment, the way he is in the run game, I'd say he's teetering between average to good. His pass rushing's decent at the moment. He has some trouble at the point of attack, but his flexibility and length has gotten him some serious production. I've heard people say he's not a bend edge rusher, but there was snaps that I saw where he had pretty decent bend, so I'm not going to say, no, he's a guy who has no bend at all. That's crazy. Listen, he's not Kayvon Thibodeau, but don't sleep on him. This is a huge human being. I saw big-time plays where Walker showed great speed to power, great hand play, and bend. But then there was plays he didn't carry his speed through his first few steps and got hung up at the point of attack. At this point, it's a bit inconsistent. That's okay, though. Listen, he's in college. All those issues I just talked about, well, that goes for 99.9% of prospects. And he comes in the NFL with some huge advantages to improve on his game. His power and length alone will allow him to compete, and that's all I can ask for with a prospect. He's going to have to work on his punch and hand play in the pass rush department. I want to see it develop like he uses it in the run game. If I'm a coach, I feel confident that I could get this guy to play at a high level. Right now, I view Travon Walker as a lump of clay. It's top shelf clay. You can take some away, or you can add more and sculpt him in any way you please. You want to be a stand-up pass rusher, have him slim down a bit. And maybe then you can see his speed go up off the line. You want to kick him inside at a 3-tech, have him bulk up. And he'd have a huge speed and length advantage on the interior of the line. He's got the power to play inside. Whatever your opinion of Travon Walker is, you can't deny his talent. I could see him going anywhere between the mid-first round or early second. It's going to come down to a coaching staff that just views him as probably a one specific type of player or another. He's a bit of a wild card here. I think the combine could really help him out if he can just knock it out of the park. Maybe even then you see him going towards, 10th, 15th part of the draft. You never know if he just knocks it out. But listen, strength, speed, length will be his foundation. I just need more consistency in his get off, react a bit quicker on run plays, and build more pass rush moves. That's it. To some people that may sound like a lot. For fresh coming out of college, just not much experience. That's where 99% of these guys are, so I don't have a problem with that. You see the flash high-end plays. I do think he can be a high-level performer in the NFL. He's got as good a chance as any other prospect in this year's draft. Listen, most years, you have one or two of these guys, these edge guys, like everybody's saying is going to go in a second round, late first, and then you look down the road in a couple years, and they're top 15, top 20 edge rushers in the NFL. There's not a perfect science to this. It's going to come down to coaching fit, probably more than anything. And then it comes down to effort. Is the prospect going to put in the work they need? And then you need luck. I mean, nowadays, the way the injuries are and they don't make contact, you need luck to stay healthy on top of it. So overall, I think I just watched a rough couple first games of him. The last couple I watched made me feel a lot better about him. Obviously, he needs more consistency, but over time, that should come. I don't feel like making no huge predictions on his future, and I think it's kind of up in the air what position he'll even play at, so I don't even want to make like some kind of a, high-end sack total number kind of for him, Like sometimes I'll say, hey, this guy could maybe in 3-4 years be a 10-sack guy. I don't want to say that because he could seriously play on the outside or inside. Or maybe a team grabs him and uses him in both ways. Giants used to do that with Justin Tuck. I could very well see something like that for him. I'm not really big into that kind of stuff. I like narrowing down guys into their one roles. It gives players a much more, better chance to develop and quicker as well. So that's it for me. I could sit here and ramble on about Travon Walker all day. Very intriguing player. Very interested. If he blows up the combine, maybe I'll have another video out on him. That'd be pretty interesting. Because then it's like, whoa, where could he go? Like, does he jump a few of these edge guys? But listen, that's it for me. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment. What do you think of Travon Walker? Where do you think he'll go in a draft? Do you think he's a top 3 to 5 pass rusher in this year's draft? Because I've heard people say that. I'm not ready to say that yet. But again, if he kicks on the inside of the 3-tech, I don't think, it's not a crazy idea to say, hey, he could be a top 10 player in this draft. Like, by the time it's all said and done. So, listen, y'all. Catch you in the next one. Peace.